We were just talking with Dr. Inkladon about his specific experience of being a Gonstead chiropractor, but very importantly for this video, about him being a patient of a Gonstead doctor. So he's my patient. So if you let's look at his x-rays. This is an example of a normal spine from the side view. In the Gonstead system, we take these full spine x-rays so we get a good understanding about the total spine. In a normal situation, we have these three curves, a neck curve that faces this way, a mid-back and a low back curve, and they balance over each other. Green is normal. Dr. Inkladon is red. Even though he's been under chiropractic care his whole life, he's lived a rough and tumble life, so he has a certain amount of subluxation. Green is normal. He is red. We can see that there's an overcurving in the low back and a decrease of curving in his neck. One of his main subluxations is this fifth lumbar vertebra at the bottom. The other one is his sixth cervical, and then he's got one at T5. Let's look at the side view of the neck itself. Now, this is a close-up. This is a normal side view of the neck, but this is Dr. Inkladon's. Now, we see right here between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right here, this is one of his subluxations. Now, the normal disc should be basically parallel front to back. That's a pretty good disc position. But here we see it's very closed in the back there, and that's where the nerve lives. So this vertebra has slipped back and down that way, a very classic Gonstead subluxation. So it's the closing off of the disc causes the disc to swell and push towards the nerve. Let's look at the x-ray chart here. So between C6 and C7, that vertebra we were just pointing at, that normal angle is supposed to be -8 degrees. But at Dr. Inkladon's, it's 11.7. So it's actually causing a pinching in that segment. Let's go to the next chart. When we look at the full spine x-ray, this is how he's positioned. Now, this is right, this is left, and his spine should ideally be straight. But we see that there's a tipping in the low back here, and that creates this misalignment. This fifth lumbar, his bottom vertebra, is one of his subluxations. Over here, T4, T5 is another subluxation, and his C6 is his third. So we're going to look at the x-ray, which is a close-up of his mid-back and his neck. Now, this picture is taken off of that full spine x-ray. We have two main subluxations that concern ourselves in this area. The fifth thoracic here, and this vertebra is listed as a posterior left with an open wedge on the right side. So that's how this is misaligned. And the second one is his sixth cervical on top of his seventh cervical, and this is posterior right, and we're going to take a contact on the left side because of the curve this way. All right, let's look at the chart itself. In the thoracic, between T4 and T5, it's supposed to be 6 degrees. He's 11.9. It's a classic look of a mid-thoracic subluxation where the disc is swollen in the back, causing stress on the nerves. Okay, let's look at the next piece of this. This is a close-up of the low back. This is right, this is left. We're looking at his fifth lumbar vertebra. We've already found the subluxation from his examination. This vertebra is listed posterior right with a mammillary contact, so it's a PR-M. He's got a curve this way, so we'll want to lie him right side down when we adjust that vertebra. So now we're going to look at the x-ray chart that describes the misalignment of that fifth lumbar vertebra. Now, the fifth lumbar vertebra sits on the sacrum. The normal vertebra should be not forward or back. In a typical subluxation, if this is back, the vertebra moves misaligns like that. Well, we see that it's 1.3 millimeters backward. Even though the vertebra above it has a greater misalignment, this is the swollen vertebra, so that's the one that we're going to adjust. So we're adjusting that vertebra from back to front like that, and considering the misalignment from the front view, we'll lie him on his right side. And that's how we take care of Dr. Inkladon's spine.